MicroBeerReviews.com. We're doing a beer that I got on a trade. If you're watching my other videos, I trade beers with people who travel around the country. I try to get some specialty beers on my side of the country, and then we trade beers. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun to try stuff you normally wouldn't get to buy. I can't buy this where I am on the East Coast. This is out of the Schlafly Brewing Company out of St. Louis, Missouri. This is called their Dry Hopped APA. It's available year-round. It's a golden amber, is what they call it. It's 5.9% alcohol with an IBU of 50, so a little bit on the hoppy side. It's got Cascade and Chinook hops. It's got two-row and caramel malted barley for the malts. Yeast is American Ale. They call it the American Pale Ale. Charged with American hops to create a bold, aromatic ale. Assertive hop flavor, joined with a piney citrus aroma characteristic of the American hops. Balance, a full-bodied beer provided by also complementing the North American malts. It says, after they ferment, the beer circulates to the bed of Cascade and Chinook hops, boosting the distinctive hop aroma of this satisfying ale. So, anyway, I've had this for probably 9 months now. It's just been one of those beers that I just haven't cracked open and do the review with you guys. So I expect a really nice, slightly IBU beer. Golden Amber, I've been told it's a little bit fairly filtered, very filtered actually. Nice white, foamy, frothy head. Not a ton of carbonation at all. Not as hoppy as I would have expected, even for an IBU of 50. Not very fruity either, so far on the aroma factor. Let's try it. Definitely more fruity on the palate than on the aroma side. I've used a 50. I would go with barely. I expect a little bit more hops. I like IPAs. You've watched my other beer reviews, so I like that flavor. 50 I'm going to work with. It's not as hoppy as I had anticipated, especially with the label, with all the hops on the label. It's good. It's easy to drink. It's nice and filtered. It's got not too much carbonation. It doesn't like explode in your mouth. One of the things about this beer is it's considered an American Pale Ale. So the APA, according to what they're talking about, is the American Pale Ale. They're less bitter and less hoppy as some of the double IPAs, the Indian Pale Ales, the English Pale Ale. So I think what they're trying to do is, and I think it's smart, don't take this the wrong way, they're trying to please the masses. So if you have somebody who is, into lagers, maybe into, light beers, and they want to try a craft beer, this would be a good beer. This is a good introduction, I think, to the not so hoppy, not so bitter, not so high IBU beers with a nice, clean finish. Not a lot of carbonation, not a lot of, kick to it. Fairly low alcohol content at 5.9%. To kind of get them introduced to the craft beer arena. It's a good beer. I'm glad I got on trade. I probably wouldn't buy this again only because, and I know I'm going to get some comments about this, is because it's one of those beers that I think if you're into hop beers, you're not going to reach for this. You want hoppier beers. But remember, if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm huge into marketing. This is a phenomenal beer to introduce somebody to a beer that is hoppy. This would be a great beer on a hot day in the summer. So a lot of the lower IBU kind of American Pale Ales, even Pale Ales, are great in the warm summer months. So I have no idea what this costs. I only got one of them. This is the only time I've ever had it. It drinks really easily, and it does have a very fruity, citrusy background to it, along with the hops, so it drinks real pleasant. On our rating scale in microbeerreviews.com, we rate beer between 1 and 5. I would give us at least a 3. And what a 3 means is it's worth your money. Try it. I would segment this beer if I had this in my area to buy on a regular basis as a beer I would keep at home, buy a 6-pack of it, and when friends or family came over for a barbecue, grill out type party in the summertime, coming home from the beach, we just did a bunch of yard work together, this would be a great beer to have. So that's kind of how I would kind of pigeonhole it. It's got some really good flavor to it. They only use 2 hops, Cascades and Chinook hops, which can be very, very potent and powerful. But I think they toned it down a little bit, which is what they were going after. So I'm doing this very gently. This is a good beer. This is a great beer for what they are trying to achieve. A nice, subtle American IPA. So if you've tried it, let us know what you think. Please leave comments on our YouTube channel. We appreciate you watching. You can always follow us on YouTube and subscribe. We're on Facebook and we're on Twitter, and we upload very often. We appreciate you watching at microbeerreviews.com. And we'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.